Assalamu alaikum and hello, welcome to Excel tutorial with Miss Nuria. This is a tutorial for a complete beginner. As part one, today we will see about the basics of Excel software. So this is Excel software. Pretty much it looks like a mathematics exercise book. Now, this shaded big boxes, they are called columns, vertical boxes, they are called columns. And these ones, they are called rows. The horizontal line, they are called rows. And the vertical line, they are called columns. Now, as you can see, all columns are labeled with alphabets. So columns are identified with alphabets A, B, C, D. And rows are identified with numbers 1, 2, 3. So column A, column B, column C, column D, and so on. First row, second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row. Okay. Now, the intersection between a column and a row forms a rectangular box called a cell. This intersection, when the column and the row meet, they form a box. This box is called a cell. Okay, that's called a cell. Okay, good. So that means if columns are identified with alphabets and rows are identified with numbers, then the box or the cell is identified by the alphabet of the corresponding column and the number of the corresponding row. Therefore, this box here is in column B and second row. Therefore, it is identified as B2. As you can see here, it's identified as B2. And if I click right here on column B and seventh row, this box or this cell is D7. It's identified as D7. Good. Okay. Now, in Excel, we can store any kind of data. It's a database system or a system for recording, managing our data. Okay, what is a data? A data is a measurement that describes an object or a person. Okay, for example, age. An age of a person, if I say X is 20 years old, the data 20 years old identifies the person that he or she has been in this world for 20 years. Okay, room temperature, for example, 20 degrees Celsius describes the room temperature. So data is a measurement that describes an object or a person. Now, so in Excel, we can store our data, we can manage our data, and we can do a lot of other interesting things. All right, now, let's talk about labels. Any data, if properly organized, it requires a heading. Okay, so heading is something that identifies what is the data about, or it collectively names the group of data. For example, if I write here name, okay, let me make the first letter capital. Okay, name. So name is a heading, okay, a heading for my data to store. Here I can store Alison, Alex, okay, and I can store Bella. All right, so these are names of people, okay. These are names of people. Now you can select this and you can go to change this one as okay, if it is the same as my first software, you could have one here. For now, I don't know where exactly it is, but you can, if you know the shortcut, you can do it. For now, I don't know the shortcut, so just make this one. I'll show you in the next lesson. All right, now Alex, Bella, Alison, these are names of people. So the heading there is the name. Okay, so these headings, they are called labels, okay? All right, these are called what? Labels. So name describes this data, this word, right? Now, if I say here age, and if I say here 20, and here 15, these numbers, they are what? They are ages. So this heading or this label tells us that these numbers are age. Okay, so it gives the data a meaning, right? The heading or describes or identifies it collectively. Now, as you can see, we can apply proper formatting to our labels here or also to our data. Now, we can, for example, let's say this is first name, okay? First name. If I write here first name, okay, first name. Now, when I start typing first name, because each column and row has its own default size. Now, when I type first name, it luckily fits this, but you can see when I click outside, part of the letter is not showing. That's because the word that's written inside this cell, A1, is longer than the size of the cell. So what I want to show you that the cell size, the column size, and row size can be made bigger or smaller, okay, depending on our data. Now, to make the column size bigger, you move the cursor to the edge of the column. This is the edge of the column, right? The top edge. Now, if you bring it here, just pay attention that this cursor changes its shape. Here it's plus sign, here it's a cross shape, okay? When it turns like this, press your mouse and then move to drag. Drag it, drag the line to the right. This makes the column big. So each cell would have big size, okay? Good. To make the row big, you can apply the same thing as you move the cursor to the edge of the the edge of the row. You can see it changes the shape to the cross sign. Okay. So for the row to make it bigger, hold the line and drag it to the downwards. Okay. So dragging the line of the row downwards makes the row big, and dragging the line of the column to the right makes the column big. Okay. Now, if you want the column to be smaller, you can just do the opposite. Okay. Go drag the line of the column, go to the left. Okay. So it becomes smaller and smaller depending on your data. For example, all the data may not require the same amount of size, right? Okay. Good. Now we can also, so we have seen how to make a column or a row big or small. Good. Now we can also apply formatting, okay, to the data to make it look good and presentable, okay. Now we can apply font style here, the same as Microsoft Word. Click here for font and choose the font that you want. Arial Black, for example. You can increase the font size as well here. For example, it's a heading. So if I choose to make it 28, now here comes the problem. So this looks big and nice, but we can't see it. So this will be solved by making the column big now, because the column was enough. Now what needed to be made bigger is the row, right? Let's make the row big. Okay, even the column needs to be made bigger. Good. Now you can see our heading fits very well in the new site. Right? We for the edge we can apply the same formatting, so you can do the same thing I did previously, or you can click here, select this format, and apply here, right? So yeah, it has been selected and applied, and it fits very well. You can also just change the color of the text. For example, let's make it white. Oh, white. And then it doesn't show very well. I think this cell needs to be made bigger. That's why it's good. Now it's very good. You can see it because the cell is also white. So you should be careful when choosing the color. You should make sure that the cell color, the box itself, the color should have a contrast, a difference, so that you can see, because there's a difference that our eyes read. So if you choose to make it white, then you should change the color feel of the cell. So let's make it green or blue. Blue, okay? Blue is nice. Same apply for this one, blue. Now it looks good, right? So we have formatted this one. We can give a spacing here so they look good, yeah. And another thing is you can choose the alignment also. You can make this one, oh, the headings, we can make them centered. Even the edge here, centered. Let's move this one a bit, okay. Now centered. This is for center alignment. It's the same as Microsoft Word, okay? And good. Or center. Select this one. If you want to center it, just select and put center, okay? Good. So this is how we apply formatting, changing the color and font family of the text, and also change color filling the cell. We can also make it bold, apply B here, okay, B to make it bold here, also B bold, because it's Arial black, it doesn't change that much. If we choose here Times New Romance, okay, it's different now. We can apply bold color here. So this one Times New Romance, okay, and then we can apply bold color. You can do italics if you want to. These are some of the things you can do. So we are okay. So to summarize, we have seen what column is, and that each column is identified with an alphabet, and we have seen what a row is, and that each row is identified with a number. So column A, column B, column C, row, first row, second row, 14th row, right? Good. Now we have also seen what a cell is, and that a cell is also identified by a combination of the column, the corresponding column and row. So here the cell is formed by the intersection of column B and second row. So it's B2. Good. And this one is F6. Okay. And also we have seen how to make a column bigger or smaller, just holding this corner and dragging it, holding this column line and dragging it to the right, make it bigger, or to the left, make it smaller. Same way for the rows, we can make the row bigger by holding the line at the edge of the row and then dragging it downwards, make it bigger, or going upwards, make it smaller. And we have also seen that we can apply proper fonts about headings or labels, okay, what they are, and proper fonts that we can apply to make them look good and presentable. So how to change font size of a text, how to change the color of a text, and how to color fill a cell we have seen, and entering data under each heading, and showing that. Finally, let's finish this part by saving this. To save it, you just click on File, then Save As, and then this is Excel tutorial for beginner. So I have created a folder. You can do that in your computer. So here, part 1 tutorial. Okay. So we have seen about the basics. Thank you for watching.